Hello everyone, welcome to Gaza Word CD. So guys, I've got two matters that I want to discuss in this video because it's of interest to you guys. You know, my DMs, and now I'm getting DMs on TikTok as well, but okay, I appreciate it. I don't have an issue with that. I'm all good. I'm all good. I love that you're communicating with me and also giving me some tasks to do. I love that. I love that. Don't get me wrong. Anyways, let's talk about the first one. The first one is regarding Mini Dlamini lodging a lawsuit against MacG Podcast and Chill for the remarks that he had made about her possibly whatever the derogatory, which I still think that was very derogatory, unacceptable, even if a maybe was used. I don't think men should discuss anything that has to do with a woman's body. I don't think, I just don't think it's appropriate for a man to be discussing with another man or a group of men or with other men about the body and body parts of a woman. I don't know when that is going to sink in some men. One thing that my mom taught me, three things that my mom taught me when it comes to women. First, her age. It's none of your business. Secondly, her body. You never say, oh, that dress looks really good on you. That's an offensive statement from a man. Instead, just say you look beautiful, period. And you leave it there. And the third thing that you should never say to a woman or about a woman is her comfortability. Because a woman never is comfortable. That is according to my mom. I don't know what she meant. But as I am growing older, I think I now understand what she meant by that. So those are the three things that I never talk about. And if a woman asks me, how does this dress look on me? Evade that question like a plague. Run away if you have to. Now, that's a tip to men. Anyways, let's talk about this lawsuit because after I believe that he was served or he heard from some whispering birds that the reason why Mini Dlamini has not been saying anything is because she's consulting with lawyers, and hence he made this statement.
Speaking about women, man, I want to apologize first and foremost to all the female chillers and just women in general in SA, that I might have offended with that comment. That was not the intention. You know, we never say things to offend
Beautiful
people.
stuff, man. Whoa, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
No,
also,
we don't.
bro, and also I want to extend an invite to Mini Dlamini, bro.
So as you heard, MacG has offered an apology to Mini Dlamini, to which Mini Dlamini responded, apparently or allegedly, that she does not accept the apology. And the only time she will accept an apology, I think, is after the court has made a declaration regarding this matter. So I hope that men out there, you are listening and watching and learning that you do not make remarks about a woman. I don't care what she did to you, honestly speaking. Just don't say anything about a woman's body. Don't even make assumptions. Nothing, guys. Come on. That is why, which I still think it was just so unfortunate that the government, especially that deputy minister who wanted clout and forgot or sat on her ears and eyes when the matter of Kwekwe was being discussed. We haven't even heard a word from her since the Jocelyn Smith matter concluded. Mum, but she is going around into other women's bits, and then she takes these bits to be discussed and made a ruling of in Parliament, wasting our tax money and the time of our parliamentarians when they're supposed to be making laws. That to me was unacceptable as well. So what are we learning here, guys? What's the lesson here? I think the lesson is just stay away from women issues. Stay away from women's issues. The only time that you should bother yourself about a woman is how to make her happy. All right? How to make her happy, because from what I heard from my mama, no woman is comfortable. So you should be thinking how to make her a little bit more comfortable. All right. Other than that, that's the first matter. The second matter is regarding Miss World 2025. I've been getting a lot of requests for me to do Miss World 2025, which is going to be held at the Hightex Convention Center in India on the 31st of May 2025. So we don't have much time. However, to be honest with you, doing Miss or the pageantry world, it's a whole day, whole night observation. So I don't have the time currently to observe everything that is happening in India currently because I am busy with some personal projects that are taking me away from even taking a glimpse of what's happening in India. I know that there was some traditional opening ceremony that took place about 3 or 2 days ago. And of course, you did not get a video from me. You did not hear any reaction from me, but I did see the highlights. I also saw some newspaper clips there and there as well. And Miss South Africa or Miss World South Africa seems to be the favorite amongst pageantry lovers because South Africa, as you always know us, we are always giving when it comes to outfit of the day. We are always giving when it comes to poise, queenship, as well as the talent that we take on when we go to these international competitions. So I'm not saying that she's going to win Miss World, but I do think she will make it in the top five, possibly in the top three. If she makes it in the top three, that's when we'll be like, crossing our fingers that she actually comes back home with the crown. But right now, she seems to be the favorite, including her national costume was something to be wowed about as well. So I don't know. I'll keep you posted when I can. Probably on the night of Miss World. Definitely, you and I are going to be meeting up, and then we'll probably watch. I hope they will not copyright it like Miss Universe does. It makes no sense to me that such a huge competition like Miss World and Miss World, Miss World and Miss Universe, they would copyright the event that I'm talking about, the finals. I don't get it because they are getting popular and more popular because of the pageant lovers who are YouTubers in most cases. And because of that, they are bringing in fan base for the pageants. And also, when there's fan base, there's also going to be what sponsors and brands that are working or want to work with these beauty pageants. Yes. Oh, yeah. The third matter was my thoughts about Miss South Africa pulling out of Miss Supranational 2025, where Mia LaRue was supposed to go compete, I think, in June. What my thoughts were. And I was like, you know what? I'm not big on Miss Supranational. Miss, is it Supra International? I'm not big on that competition because it's new to me, but it's kind of like gained a lot of traction over the past 2 years or so. And it's probably the third largest beauty pageant in the world. But this one, guys, honestly speaking, I am indifferent about it because it's not something that I follow type of situation. I know that Miss South Africa once won it, I think in 2022, and it still did not sink into my skin. And it still hasn't sunk in my skin to this day. And even more now that there's problems going on in the pageantry world, particularly with Miss Universe as well as now Miss Supranational. Of course, Miss World always held their head up high with poise and with absolute dignity. And I hope nothing of what is happening in Miss World and Miss Universe and Miss Supranational International would just tarnish this entire beautiful event. But yeah, guys, I don't have the time right now, but I'm going to try my level best. I'm going to try my level best to at least give you 3 or 4 videos about what's happening in India building up to the 31st of May 2025. Hopefully, our Miss South Africa or Miss World South Africa, sorry, Miss World South Africa will come back with the crown because that's what we're always fighting for, anyways. Other than that, guys, let me leave it right here and say, have yourself a good day. Goodbye.